Hello and welcome, I'm Nico, and today I'll be torturing myself for your amusement. Yes, I've got to review something which I really don't like. Oh no, I don't like it at all. So why this strange segue into, I don't know, sadomasochism? Automasochism? I'm not quite sure what type of masochism it is, but it's surely masochism. Because this is not a good game by Positec. Positec normally make really good stuff. They make gratuitous space battles and Democracy 3. Both games I really dig. They're good. This isn't one of them. Okay, first off, like I generally try and do, is show you the options. There's not much here. You've got a good range of sound sliders there, so you've got some control here. I've turned voiceover off while I'm speaking over the game. I'll give you a little sample of that so you get a feel of like what the voice acting talent is. There isn't a lot of it. What there is good though. Okay, music, relatively okay, gets a bit repetitive at certain points and cuts out randomly as well. I found that, certainly in menu screens. Okay, as you can see here, it goes up to 1080p, and the art assets seem to scale very well for that. Okay, right, let's go in and have a look at this interesting take on Star Trek. Well, yeah, okay, you've got the vanilla humans, lots of customizability and choice between the sexes. Not that it matters, because you will find, yeah, there's an awful lot of like romance options in the kind of, not in the BioWare kind of way, in the kind of super simplistic Facebook simulator. Yeah, I'll show you more of that in a second. Not something I would be particularly over the top about that. Yeah, these are the Orions, basically. They're like a cross between the Orion race and the Batans from Star Trek. Yeah, green aliens. And, oh, you can have interspecies nookie if you want in this game. Not that you'll see anything, it's just a Facebook status update. Oh, sorry, Spacebook status update. Okay. Here we have the Geldar, which are kind of like a cross between the Ferengi and the Vulcans, if you can imagine that. Then you've got the Emoid, which is just a joke. Okay, of the emo lot. And then you've got little shout out to Lovecraft with the, however you're meant to pronounce that, or whatever it is. Whatever. Anyway, without sounding like a knight who said knee, we are going to just pick a vanilla human. And as you can see, we can up all of our different stats, maybe take down bigotry, make it super chatty, whatever. Okay, here we go. Join the station. You get little bits of text in-game, lots of flavour stuff. I do find the humour works fairly well, but unfortunately the game mechanic just doesn't really work with it. Okay, I'll just play some of the voice acting talent here. It's quite funny in parts. There's not all that much of it, but you might as well listen to it now.
Greetings, new arrival. Welcome aboard Megalodon 9. You've been invited to a reception for you and the other 2,132 very special new arrivals. Would you like to attend? It's starting now. Please note, attendance is mandatory.
Okay, just quitting out of that. We can come in here. Now what we have is a friend request, so yeah, okay, we don't need to show help. Yep, let's get rid of that. Right, so we go, yes, okay, we're now friends with them. How lovely. Now what we can also do is have a look at our social map, which is basically our friends list. Spacebook is Facebook in space. Yes, you too can have imaginary friends in space. Or is it imaginary friends in space? However you want to put it, it's not that great. Okay, now the purpose of the game is to climb the career ladder. You start at the bottom. You're a transporter accident cleanup technician.
Enterprise. What we got back didn't live long, fortunately.
And you eventually end up as the commander's assistant, passing through any of these little pathways. Now you have to fulfill criteria to get into them. Now that's all very well and good, and indeed you can, like, if you find, for example, you know, say this person, you could chat them up through taking them out to dinner and all this sort of stuff, friending them, they get more likely to approve your job application. Or you could start a relationship with them, which pretty much guarantees it, which can get very, very useful as you get higher up these, because it gets more and more difficult to fulfill these skill criteria. The way you get those is to go through any of these like umpteen million different sort of bits of knowledge and stuff which you can raise in rank. And all of these affect your kind of sort of personality, the sort of type of person you are, basically. And you get to do those by sort of looking around and looking at the events, basically. You could, look around and like go to a holodeck and have a look at 21st century Earth. So you select a few of your friends. Maybe we like invite some of our not friends to this, create the event. None of these guys have turned up, so they're not happy. I lost some charisma. Yeah, it was a complete bomb there. Okay. As you can see, people move up, people move down, you interact with people, it broadens your social map. That's about it. You go on away missions, which really and truly, if you've got some higher level skills and stuff, you can play them a bit better. Occasionally they kill some of your co-workers. That can be very annoying if you're in a relationship with them or they're useful to you in some way. But that's all that happens. There's a kind of plot arc in that you've got to get off the station by a particular point, so you've got to complete your career tree within a 6-month period. And that's it. Okay, I think I'll show you one of the more advanced games I've played. I played 6 hours of this terrible, terrible crock. Okay. Let's load into that. Oh, what fun this will be. As you can see here, I've climbed up the ladder a fair bit. I'm now Fleet Youth Supervisor, and what I need to do is to start finding out about some of these. I was in a relationship with that Cthulhuid-esque monster for a little while, but unfortunately we broke up and now she hates me. So yeah, the commander hates me, so that might prove completing the game a bit difficult. Now, you do get this day-night cycle where you've got limited a number of actions to perform in a day. Liking someone is an action. Yeah, there isn't much of it. You get nice little bits of flavour text. For example, public service announcements, that sort of thing. Like critical calibration of gravity dampeners commencing in 10 minutes. Dance floor in 9 backwards will be strictly off limits. Lots of Red Dwarfy type humour, but unfortunately, it all gets swamped by the terrible game mechanics. It's just not very good. It's not. I just can't enjoy this. I find it a complete waste of money, and I suggest you avoid it like the plague. Positec usually produces good stuff. This isn't part of their canon. It's just terrible, and I suggest you avoid it. Go onto regular Facebook and interact with your real friends rather than have imaginary friends in space. The Star Trek element isn't really all there because they don't have the license, and therefore it's just kind of esque, maybe with a little bit of Red Dwarf thrown in. But it just all gets buried, and look at all these status updates. It's just not terribly interesting. It's just a ton of crock. Just stuff everywhere. So, yeah, absolutely nothing. I really would not recommend you buy this game. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the review. Hopefully it is of some use to you. I would avoid this thing. Not even in a Steam sale would I buy it. Thanks to everyone who's liked the show. It all helps, and it's really nice to see people enjoying my stuff. I'll have another one of these up in a few days. See you then.